ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
We are honored today to introduce Mr. Debayan Ghosh, the president and founder of Epygen, a pioneering company in the field of biotechnology. With a clear scientific vision and an unwavering commitment to innovation, Mr. Debayan has played a transformative role in advancing biotechnological solutions that contribute to healthcare, environmental sustainability, and industrial progress. His journey reflects a unique blend of scientific excellence and dedication to creating sustainable real-world solutions. Today, we are privileged to explore his story, his achievements, and his vision for the future of biotechnology.
I'd like to thank all the rulers of UAE, especially the President of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and Vice President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum.
Dear audience, welcome to Pearls of Union. In this program, we shed light on inspiring figures who have turned the challenges into opportunities and the dreams into achievements. Our inspiring guests are the shining pearls whose journeys reflect determination, vision, and success. Today, we meet another remarkable personality whose story will inspire us all. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Debayan Ghosh, and he is the president and founder of Epygen Group. Welcome, Mr., and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Epygen.
Thank you, sir. Well, today we are going to talk about an important field, which is the biotechnology. And your company is one of the leading companies in this vital field, actually. And I'm sure that you are the driving force behind its achievement. So let's start our episode by discovering your career. How would you describe the turning points in your academic and professional journey in the field of biotechnology?
Thank you very much. So yes, it's always the best part to start. You know how I got into biotechnology. I'm actually a formally trained biotechnologist. I did my master's in biotechnology from one of the premier institutes, and that was in early 90s. You know, I was one of the first batches of biotechnologists. Okay, and that is when after my education, I joined Asia's largest biotechnology company in Bangalore. Okay, it's called Biocon. It's like a $5 billion company now. So we were small those days. You know, we were balancing between work and play. Okay, and biotechnology is a field where you convert living creatures to produce products of your interest. So you know, it's a combination of living creatures and industrial products. So that is the beauty of this technology. So, you know, in biotechnology, you have the industrial biotechnology, where you convert the living organisms to make various products. And then you have the biopharmaceuticals, okay, which is the healthcare biotechnology, where you convert these living organisms to produce biopharmaceutical molecules, for example, for cancer, for cardiovascular, for immune disorders and diabetes and so on and so forth. So these are the two main fields of biotechnology. And most of these large biotech companies, they have they have this industrial biotech and biopharmaceutical, and some biotech companies are only into biopharmaceuticals. So when I joined my first company in Biocon in early 90s, it was into industrial biotechnology. And so that is where you have microorganisms which are genetically modified. So you genetically modify a microorganism to produce the protein of your interest. All the biotech products are proteins in nature. There are no chemicals. So biopharmaceuticals is where you move from chemical medicine to biological medicine. Biological medicines are very large molecules and they're very smart molecules, like you and me, So, for example, just to give you a basic example of what is biopharmaceutical, a chemical cancer medicine is called chemotherapy, which is very, it's not specific in its action. It will attack any fast-growing cell. It can be an oncocell, that's a cancer cell, or a blood cell, or a mouth cell, or a hair cell. So you will often hear that patients are suffering from the side effects of chemotherapy more than the cancer itself. But biological therapies are targeted therapies. They will not affect any other cell. They will straight away go and attack the oncocell, the cancer cell, and it will destroy the cancer cell. So there are no side effects. So it's a much more advanced technology. So the whole world is going towards biopharmaceuticals.
So it is effective for pain management.
So basically, see what happens is, these are much larger molecules. See, chemical medicines are very small molecules. These are very large and very smart molecules, the biologics. These are 100% proteins. So they are like monoclonal antibodies. All the cancer drugs for biotechnology are monoclonal antibodies. So in the advanced countries now, all the treatments of cancer are happening by monoclonal antibody. No more chemotherapy. So the idea of biotechnology is to produce those cancer drugs or those cardiovascular drugs or those immune drugs or these, for example, diabetes drugs at a lesser cost. So, that is biopharmaceutical technology. And of course, industrial biotechnology is where you produce chemicals or products using, microorganisms to clean up the environment. For example, oil and gas biotechnology is a field I'm going to discuss with you later. This is where we have done a lot of innovation. We are pioneers in that field. So that is how I started my career. After my education in biotechnology, I worked in Bangalore in the biotechnology company. Then, for some time, and then I moved on to work for a biotechnology company in south of Florida, United States. It was a very exciting journey there. They had identified a host platform which could produce a lot of protein. So what we do is we take a organism and then we smartly edit the gene of the organism. Okay, it may appear very simple, but actually it's very complex because more often than not, these genes are like 10,000 pages of sequences. Okay. So you cut these genes, edit them, and incorporate your gene of interest to make the protein of interest. So that was the platform that was developed by the company in south of Florida. It could express a lot of proteins. So the idea was to produce these proteins very efficiently so that the biopharmaceutical drugs can be affordable to people. Because biological drugs are very expensive. Most of the world cannot afford them till now. Okay. So that was the idea. So that was my journey in the US working with that company, and that is when we decided we should move east, and Epygen was born. So that is how my career, that's how Epygen came into existence.
So that was the journey.
Yes, that was my journey for Epygen, to start Epygen, and now I will explain to you what happened, in Epygen and how Epygen came into existence.
Yes, we will talk after that about the company and the first step of this venture. So, sir, as you know that this industry needs precision. So, what were the main obstacles that you have faced during your career, and how do you address them effectively?
Yeah, so see, it would be pertinent to explain to you the starting story of Epygen here. When I wanted to move east from the US and we wanted to set up, something between Bangalore and Boston, I was all the biotech companies were in Bangalore.
Well, sir, as you know that every successful venture starts with a clear vision and a strong foundation. So how was Epygen founded and what was the vision at that time?
Yeah, so, it's a very good question, and it's been a very exciting journey, I would say. That was when I was working in the US and we were based out of south of Florida. And ideally, biotech companies are either in Boston or in the west coast of the United States in California or in Bangalore, okay? That is in India. So I was looking for a place to set up Epygen between Boston and Bangalore. And that is when Do Biotech Park was announced. 2005, the government of Dubai announced the Do Biotech Park. And we said, hey, this is the place. Because we saw what was happening in Dubai. Prior to that, when I was working in the US, I used to come to Dubai and I saw how Dubai transformed. It's like from a cocoon to a butterfly. What a beautiful butterfly emerged from Dubai from almost nowhere. And we saw how things were happening as was planned and as has been dreamed. So we saw dreams becoming reality in Dubai. So when Dubai announced the Do Biotech Park, we said this is the place where we'll have to be. So we set up the company, Epygen, and Epygen was the first company to set up in the Do Biotech Park. Our registration number is 80001, and we are very happy and proud to be that. And today you have large biotech companies from various parts of the world, United States, Europe, they're all here. But we are happy to be the first company to set up here.
Well, Epygen delivers a wide range of biotechnology-based solutions across different industries. So how have these services made a special impact for your clients?
So you see, when we started the Epygen in the Do Biotech Park, we were looking at both the biopharmaceuticals and the industrial biotech. Now, biopharmaceutical requires a lot of regulatory framework which was not available at that point of time. So what we did is we shifted to industrial biotechnology. Now, what happens in industrial biotechnology is you harness the powers of nature, the organisms, genetically modify them to produce enzymes for, enzymes are biological catalysts for various industries. So our focus was in oil and gas industry. So we said that, hey, look at the oil and gas industry today. The whole world depends on the energy industry, oil and gas. But oil and gas industry was known to be creating a pollution, okay? Because of the usage of the fossil fuel is a polluting industry. So we said, why don't we genetically modify our organisms to produce the enzymes of our interest to be used in the oil industry in such a way that you can produce oil more efficiently and in a cleaner way. So, it's the best of both the worlds. So you increase your productivity, your oil production goes up, but in a much cleaner way, your environment is protected. So that became our focus. So in the first several years, our scientists, we brought in scientists from all over the world. I mean, especially from the US and India. And they were working on these molecules, and we developed these molecules in this place, in Do Biotech Park, and we got our US patents. So, before us, what was happening is most of these, Western companies, they were bringing the technology to here. And we did the reverse thing. We were a local company in the UAE. We had our US patents and GCC patents, and we were looking outside. So we started working in this region and in Europe and in Asia, utilizing our technology. So our focus was to modify these enzymes to suit the requirements for this region. So that was unique because, nobody prior to us has ever thought about making this biotech, industrial biotech product suitable for this region. So we did our own patents and our own research and developed the technology for here.
Great. So Epygen relies on cutting-edge biotechnology. So what are the latest technologies that you are utilizing today?
So you see, since 2011, we started focusing on biopharmaceutical also. So I will explain to you what are the cutting-edge technologies that we utilize for industrial biotech as well as biopharmaceuticals. Okay. First, I will talk about biopharmaceuticals, and then I'll talk about industrial biotech. In the biopharmaceuticals, our team had been working on developing zymogens, which are basically precursors of enzymes for cardiovascular, for heart attack. Okay, it's called recombinant streptokinase. So it's a Streptococcus equisimilis gene taken out, and that produces a molecule which can solubilize the clot in the artery. So when heart attack happens, which is also called myocardial infarction, then the arteries get blocked by clot. Now the clot is a very hard substance. You cannot dissolve it even with acid, So there are some enzymes and zymogens which will break down the clot. So we were working on that. That's called recombinant streptokinase. And then there are other versions of that for stroke. Stroke is a huge area right now because, a lot of people suffer from stroke. Subsequently, during the COVID time, there was a need to look at developing vaccine against COVID. So we started working on a protein-based vaccine with our partners in the US who had already developed this technology for MERS, the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, previously before COVID. So this was a protein vaccine based on the receptor binding domain. This is like, instead of making the entire microorganism, we express only the spike protein of the coronavirus or the receptor binding domain. So, and when that is injected to the human, they develop the resistance against coronavirus. So we first developed a protein-based vaccine against Wuhan, along with our partners in the US, and then subsequently on Delta and Beta and all the variants of concern. And finally, we also developed a vaccine against the Omicron BF5. So that is what was our work in the coronavirus area. Today, we also produce insulin, recombinant human insulin for diabetes, and our team are also working on semaglutide, like you must have heard about Mounjaro and Ozempic and those, for the biosimilars for that. So that is an area of biosimilars we are working on. We are also working on CDMO model. CDMO is where, like I was mentioning to you, biopharmaceutical is huge. There's a $1.5 trillion of pharmaceutical industry. 75% of that is going to be biopharmaceuticals. Okay, and so in the biopharmaceuticals area, then there is a biosimilars, which is like there are the novel biological molecules developed by the companies who patent them, and when the patents go off the cliff, when the molecules go off patent, then there are companies who can produce those are called biosimilars. So the goal is to produce those biosimilars at an affordable cost, because even now, large part of the world cannot afford those biological drugs because they're very expensive. So that is where we come into picture. Our partners in the US, they can express protein very smartly. I mean, recently they also tied up with artificial intelligence to smart editing of the gene to express the protein very efficiently. That will bring down the cost of these biologics to make it affordable to the world. So that is what we do in the biopharmaceuticals. Okay. And now coming to the industrial biotechnology, what we do here in this region is, for example, oil and gas biotechnology. Oil and gas biotechnology was a term unheard of. Oil and gas companies did not do any biotechnology, but we are the only registered oil and gas biotechnology company in Saudi Aramco, PDO Oman, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. So what we are doing is we are looking at their oil producing conditions, their well conditions, and then we are developing biological proteins. You remember I told you we have proteins to clean up the arteries in human heart. Now we are developing proteins to clean up the oil wells. It is the same technology, tweaking this a little bit, smartly using all these latest technologies to produce these proteins, which will now break down the filter cake which obstructs the oil production. And that is what we are doing in this region. And we have our own US patents. So there's a lot of work that is happening. We are working with Saudi Aramco. We have presented our technologies to the world, American Chemical Society, American Congress, World Congress of Biotechnology, along with our local partners, Saudi Aramco, Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, even in ADIPEC. This ADIPEC happens in Abu Dhabi. We have presented our technology many times, and we have been highly appreciated. So that is our oil and gas biotechnology. We are the pioneers in this field. We also do recycled biotechnology, where this is also another industrial biotechnology, where we work on the recycled paper industry. Recycled paper industry, and paper industry use trees. They cut trees to make paper, okay? And the paper can be recycled a few times, right? And the recycled paper, you see the brown paper, the kraft paper, the recycled paper. But what happens is after a few times the recycling, they are no good, so they have to be thrown away. But we have developed technology with our enzymes by which you can actually recycle the paper many more times. So earlier you'll have to probably cut trees once in a month. Now you'll have to cut trees once in 6 months.
So this is sustainability we are talking about.
That is correct. So this green technology, clean technology using biotechnology to save environment. So our oil and gas biotechnology is riding both the waves. Increase productivity, clean up the act, both, which is unique. Similarly, in the recycled biotechnology also, increase productivity and clean up the environment. So that is the beauty of biotechnology. So this is what we do in industrial biotechnology.
So Epygen offers innovative solutions tailored to pharmaceutical and industrial sectors. You are operating across 20 countries, right?
That is correct. So we are operating across 20 countries right now. Yeah, and we have our office and laboratories and manufacturing facilities our headquarters is in Dubai, in the Dubai Science Park. We also have facilities, laboratories and scientists working in India, and also in the United States. We have our the IP office. So yeah, these are the main offices we have, and we have our also offices in and our engineers and technologists working in Romania, in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Indonesia. A lot of our team is working in Indonesia. So yeah, so we are working across various countries, and now our target is also to go back to the continental America, to the United States and the Latin American countries.
Yeah. So what strategy do you follow to expand globally?
It's biotechnology is global business. You were wherever you're headquartered, you're always working with partners, technology partners, sharing technology. With various countries. For example, our biopharmaceutical molecule, our partners are based in south of Florida. So we are continuously working with them to develop the technology. Only recently we signed up a technology transfer, technology support program with South Africa. They are developing, we are jointly working on developing a vaccine against Rift Valley fever, which is for sub-Saharan Africa. It's a big problem, So we are working with South Africa. See, from the United States technology to Dubai and working with South Africa. So it's like it's a big cycle, And then in Indonesia, which is a huge paper producing country, so we work with the paper industry there to ensure that they cut lesser amount of trees so the environment is protected. Saudi Arabia, we are their partners for oil and gas biotechnology. We are working all the time with them. Of course, with the UAE oil and gas industry, PDO Oman. We work with them very closely, with Kuwait. So, that is how automatically we spread our wings globally. See, end of the day, biotechnology is a science which will have to bring benefit to people in terms of affordable medicine and cleaner environment. Yeah. And when we talk about that, we talk about people of the whole world across the countries.
So it is an essential part of our life.
That is correct. So there is nothing in our life that has not been touched by biotechnology.
Perfect. Well, sir, based on your experiences in the biotechnology field, what words of encouragement or guidance you would like to convey through our episode to the new generation, to young entrepreneurs and professionals aspiring to build a career in the same field?
To the young people, to the new generation who are coming into biotechnology, I like to tell them this is one of the greatest fields, not just because I had been working in this field for the last 35 years. I've seen how it emerged, starting from the basic microbial production of antibiotics, which saved millions of lives, to the anti-cancer drugs. And this, see, as world becomes more and more complicated, the ailments, the disease becomes more and more complicated. So you need to have more complex, smarter medications, smarter treatments to address those, complicated ailments. So there's a huge scope of biopharmaceuticals and also industrial biotechnology. Remember, industrial biotechnology protects the planet, and biopharmaceuticals protects the people in the planet. So we are looking at the entire ecosystem. To work for the whole ecosystem, there is a tremendous scope, and sky is the limit for biotechnology. So I would suggest the young generation, the new generation, to focus on this, and this is really a very exciting space to be in.
Well, sir, when you have started Epygen, it was the first company in the field of biotechnology. So the UAE has for sure contributed to the success of your company and to your successful journey. So what is your appreciation message you would like to convey through our episode to the UAE and its rulers?
Yes, when I was, Epygen was the first company to be set up in the Biotech Park. Okay, in 2005, I'm talking about 20 years back, when the whole world, the United States, Europe, they were talking about biotechnology. Honestly, this region did not have much to do with biotechnology at all. And imagine at that point of time, Dubai announced the launching of Biotech Park to attract biotechnology, professionals. So the vision of the leaders of the region was so much advanced at that point, even at that point of time, that a biotechnology dedicated park was announced. And we thought this is the place where we need to jump in, and we jumped into the boat, and we were the first company to set up here, and we are really, really very proud of that. And you know what, once the Biotech Park was announced and when Epygen was set up in the Biotechnology Park, today you have the nucleotide centers, the laboratories, countries from all over the world coming here. The journey in biotechnology in the Biotech Park, today it's called the Dubai Science Park, had been really outstanding. And for giving us this opportunity to do path-breaking work in biotechnology in this region, I'd like to thank all the rulers of UAE, especially the President of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and Vice President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, for their vision and for showing us the way and taking this country to the new horizon. And I believe with their blessings, we will, Epygen and the biotechnology industry will go a long way.
Thank you so much, Mr. Debayan, for being a part of our program and for sharing your success story. It was my pleasure talking with you today. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We would like to sincerely thank our distinguished guest for this valuable discussion. We hope this episode has provided you with new insights and inspiration. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes for more enlightening conversations, and goodbye.